It is exactly 5 o'clock, and you're still tuned into Diamond FM, always on top of the game. The sounds of Beyonce. This one is called Radio. As we are celebrating World Radio Day right here at Diamond FM. As you know, we are always on top of the game. So, like I promised you, today we are going to be having the legend, yes, Leander Kandiero. And guess what? He is now in the studio, and we are going to be talking about our World Radio Day. Welcome, Mr. Leander.
Thank you so much. It's good to be here, and it's good that we're witnessing another 13th of February, which is World Radio Day.
Indeed, indeed. And it's such an honor to be hosting you right here today.
Thank you very much for hosting me. It feels good to be back where a lot of things happen.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good to see some familiar faces as well. And I'm pretty excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
All right. So today, as you all know, we've just been talking about it. Because today it is actually World Radio Day, and we are celebrating it today, the 13th of February. So the 13th of each year of February, it is a World Radio Day, and this is the day where we talk about the importance of radio in our lives as a medium of communication, information, and sharing of information, rather. So radio is very influential and important in our lives, and like I say, today we are with the legend, Leander Kandiero. Is the one that we are having on the show to talk about it. And just to share the theme of this year for the radio, World Radio Day, it is a century of informing, entertaining, and educating. Like, today it is the World Radio Day, and I know you've got love and passion for radio, and just you being here, it's 5 in the morning. It
Yeah.
shows that you mean business. So you've seen the birth of many radio stations,
Sure.
including Diamond FM.
Sure.
You're also moving on with a theme. You've got a theme that you're moving with to celebrate this day. Maybe you could just share more about that today.
Okay, so I think let's begin with where you started and said that I do have a passion for radio. I've been doing radio for 23 years now, and it feels just amazing. Having started in 2001, radio has been my life since 2001. And let me not even say 2001. I became part of radio in 2001, but radio raised me. Let me say that.
Interesting.
Yeah, radio raised me. We were raised by radio from the people that I really, you've been referring to me as a legend ever since I walked in. I'm not used to that, but there are people who I feel are legends and whose shoulders we stand on. To mention just a few, because these are some of the people who mentored me. Tsitsi Mawalile the late, she mentored me. She was my manager. Peter Jones will always be my icon. The likes of Teach Mataz, they held my hand. Kudzima Rudza, we have Bridget Kawanga, Tendai Chakanyuka. There's many of them, Witness Matema, and those are the people that I look at today and say these are the legends whose shoulders we stand on. But it's good to be here celebrating World Radio Day. You just went through the theme there, informing, entertaining, and educating, and this is what I feel radio does for each and everyone who listens. You also spoke about me overseeing or being part of the birth of many radio stations. So that started actually when we moved from what was called 3FM, which was previously what was called Radio 3FM, and then we actually were part of turning it into Power FM. And that was my first experience of seeing transformation of a radio station. Little did I know that in 2012 we'll be actually called to start a radio station, which was Star FM. And of course, legends again. Admire Tadere was leading us, Tish Mataz, and we had the likes of Steve Vickers, the late P.Y. Zuda was there as well, Comfort Mbofana, Zamchia. And just working with these guys, you continue learning more. DJ Munya, you learn a lot. Innocent Chuma also was there. But we were making history because this was the first ever radio station outside Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation's 4 radio stations. And to fast forward, because I don't have much time, we're on the road today. 2015, after having started Star FM with all those legends, I was asked to come back home, which is here. And I remember coming to this building, Manika Post, and there was a wooden floor. which we needed to get rid of so that we would build these walls. So this is where we started, eh? And we started from putting concrete on the floor, and I remember the concrete was all over the road, and even I was not too confident. With, can I do this? But I had an amazing team, and most of them had never been on radio. I'm hearing them rocking radio. They are turning into legends themselves, and so I know this year Diamond FM turns 8. Yes. And you know, it's amazing having been here 2015, the official launch in May of 2016, and already you guys are 8.
Yeah.
It feels fantastic.
It does indeed, and here we are. So yeah, the reason why I'm calling you a legend, a veteran, and just so you know, he's also one of my mentors. So he really is a legend to me. And today we understand you are on a journey.
Yes.
You're on a journey, and you know, we are blessed that you started with us right here at Diamond FM.
Fantastic.
Maybe you could just tell us more about that.
Okay, so taking advantage of World Radio Day, we know that the world is watching, the world is listening.
Yeah.
We felt that let's do something extra special, and we really felt that Zimbabwe is not spared, and it looks like it's a growing giant, it's a growing menace, and that's the menace called drugs. Our young people are in trouble, and we're not only losing them to the streets, we're not only losing them to the drugs, but we're also losing them literally. They're dying. And the drugs keep adding. You know, we started off with maybe 1 or 2, and we're saying, where are these drugs coming from? And then in the end, we've got an array of drugs that young people are taking. And also not just drugs, but dangerous substances that they're taking. They keep inventing new ones, to adding to the list of the ones that we only saw on TV back in the days. Takunzwana Lombona, crystal meth in Zimbabwe.
And it's quite sad, yeah.
So we felt that while the world is watching, why don't we talk about drugs? But we felt that let's do it in a different way. Zimbabwe today is celebrating 39 licensed radio stations.
Oh, wow.
39. 39. Yes, I say 39.
39 instead. That is
So,
awesome, yeah.
It's amazing for somebody like me, because when I started in 2001, there were 4 radio stations. There were 4 radio
Now they're
stations.
39.
Yeah, and now they're 39. So it's Zimbabwe also celebrating that we now have a 3-tier system, which is public broadcasting, commercial broadcasting, and community radio stations. So from here we go to one of the community radio stations, Nyangani. So we said, why don't we go to these radio stations? Let's drive through 4 provinces and talk about the drugs. We know we're not going to stop drugs today. We know we're not really maybe going to change a lot, but we're sowing a seed so that radio stations carry on. You guys are perpetually on air, so you need to talk about this. But what do I really want to talk about? The issue here is we want to speak to 3 groups of people. The first ones being people who are not on drugs yet. Yes.
Okay.
Because right now as we speak, we have somebody who's contemplating on taking drugs.
True.
For different reasons. Someone is saying to themselves right now, I think it's fun. Let me just try it. The next time I go to a party, I'm going to pop a pill. Somebody is saying, I'm stressed. Maybe if I go the drugs route, I'll be okay. Somebody is saying, to enhance my studying, maybe I should take drugs. Or any sort of performance, could be sport, could be anything. They've got different reasons why they're getting into drugs. But I'm saying, before you get into them, be informed and understand what this means. Drug and alcohol are 2 different things. If I drink today, tomorrow I wake up a bit sober, maybe with a bit of barbaras, but it leaves my body. What we have learned about drugs is they stay in your system, especially the most dangerous ones. They stay.
Doesn't go away.
It doesn't go away.
Yeah.
It alters your mind, which is why you then speak to young people and they tell you, I haven't slept for 3 nights. Now I want you to picture somebody who has not slept for 3 nights.
Yeah, that is quite sad and hard, eh?
Kuti chii chinenge chichiitika munhu akanzi haana kurara 3 nights.
Yeah.
And the same time, it means haasi kudya munhu. Handiti?
And you can't work well?
Haasi kudya kudaro mwiri wake chii chiri kuitika kwauri. Haasi kugeza munhu. Because their mind is altered. You understand?
Sure.
I want you to picture a 16-year-old going through that. Kuti anozowei mwana iyeye. So I'm speaking to you today. If you're contemplating, you will be starting a disastrous life, which could end up in death.
Absolutely.
How many kids do we see on the streets which I am a drug guy? But anyway, that's the first part of people that we want to target.
And
but
the second?
We also want to speak to guardians and parents. Most of them are in denial. Something that we call low risk perception. It will never happen to my child. There's next door.
That just hit home.
Mwana wangu nini? Drugs. You understand?
Yeah.
So a lot of parents are living in denial. They think chini chipa next door. You understand? But I want to try it. I want to try. That could be your child. That could be my child. So we want to speak to guardians, but please can we drop this low risk perception or just being in denial? And some parents are in denial of children who have already gone into drugs. They are hiding their children. Once mwana are disoriented, they are hiding them. Some are even chasing them out of the homes. We see them on the streets.
Yeah.
They don't want to deal. But there's help. There is help. And we would like to urge you to go onto the ISWA, Keeping You in the Know Facebook page. We'll have contacts there where you can go. Unfortunately today, like we said, we're on the road. We can't speak about everything, but we are sowing a seed. The third group that we want to talk about is those who are already into drugs, but they want to get out. Let's remember by that there are people who are into drugs who are saying TCH.
Yes.
Today, I'm not saying they're not important, but I'm saying today is really about those who are saying, I got into it, but I want to get out.
Yes.
But they don't know where to go. So we are saying, go onto the Facebook page and check out rehabilitation centers, check out people who are helping out people. And I want to start even by saying our own Sunday Mail, yes, always has a list each week of rehab centers, because we always get people saying, where are these rehab centers? If you check out the Sunday Mail, they do have a list of rehab centers. If you go onto the internet, you will find places. We were lucky just 2-3 days ago to be associated. I'm sure you can see my cap.
Yes, I can.
This is a group of special people called Drug Free Zim. They checked out some of the posters and some of the posts that we had made about today. And they gave us a call and said, how can we be part of it? They are doing amazing work, including in some of the work in Inyanga, where they're doing skills for people who are saying, I've been into drugs, but I want to get out. And you understand, Wimbai, that there's so many reasons why young people are getting into drugs.
True.
As mwana anenge atori musituation yekuti they've been sitting and haana zvekuita uzongopedzisira kuti kuzviaraidza rega ndimborowe handiti. So these drug-free Zimbabwe guys running under the theme Save a Life, they do have skills that they're giving to these young people, including rearing of goats, including farming, and some of the work is actually being done in Nyanga, where we're headed to from here.
Okay.
So these are the three people that we're targeting to say, today is really about us just highlighting. I know that when we leave, Diamond FM is going to do a spectacular job of saving lives.
Definitely. You know, I thank you so much for that. I mean, there's a lot. So maybe you're just joining us and you're wondering what is happening. We are talking to Like. This is Leander Kandiero, and he is on a journny. And today we are privileged that he started with us, and we are fighting drugs. We are talking about drugs. Anzi, there are three people, and I am sure you are also learning as much as I did. So just going forward, remember we are talking about World Radio Day. Just to highlight, what is the significance of World Radio Day?
For me, it's a lot. I mean, we're running under the theme, and I think it's a special theme where they chose that it's a century of informing, entertaining, and educating. I think that radio does different things for people. But most importantly, if you ask me, radio, when you are on radio, and by we were listening to you on our way here, you are our friend.
Yeah.
We look forward to you informing us, entertaining us, and educating us. You're like that person who's right next to me. Kana nditone my problems angu, I'm sure you know. You know what angu to me na WhatsApp. Like is going through stuff. When you play a song, it puts a smile on our faces, and we say yappy, and we send you a message. So the significance of radio is that it changes lives.
It does indeed.
It's got impact. And let me also hasten to say, from here, it's Nyangani Community Radio Station. Then we go to Star FM. Then we go to Harare Poly. Like I told you that there's now tires of what they've done, and we want to applaud the government for that. So we also have campus radio stations, 9 of them. So we are visiting one of them. Hopefully when we get to Bulawayo later on in the evening, we can go to NAST as well, because they also have a campus radio station. But we will do Harare, we'll do Star FM, and we'll do Harare Poly. And then from there we go to the Midlands. It's going to be busy.
So it's all like in one day.
Yeah. Midlands, we're going to Ya FM, and then we end off our journey in Bulawayo at Skies Metro, delivering the same message, celebrating radio, and hoping that we can at least get one person to stop. We can get one person to really want to change their mind about drugs.
Beautiful. Maybe just before you go, I just want to know, maybe kindly share with us your memory, one of your memories, the best memories as a broadcaster.
Wow.
One of the best memories.
And I'm not saying this just because I'm here.
Okay.
But I think one of my biggest memories will be being asked by Zim Papers. What an honor, what an honor.
Wow.
Being asked by Zim Papers to come back home, because I was born and bred in Mutare. Went to Bering Primary School, went to St. Dominic's, to Garamfebrish Park. You know, there's no greater honor than your passion, and then people find it worthy for you to go back and give your own people a radio station. That will always be one of my greatest memories. I always struggle and say, which one is bigger? But I think coming to champion the establishment of Diamond FM will always remain one of the biggest. A lot of people talk about the 24-hour broadcast, which was, yes, a highlight in my life.
Okay.
It was amazing. I went into the radio station at 12 midnight. I left at 12 midnight. I was the only one in the studio. But I think for me, the biggest one will always be building some of this and having a great team to make sure that Diamond FM is always on top of the game.
Thank you so much, and we're also partaking of that greatness and that glory today.
Thank you.
So yeah, maybe before you go, you could just just highlight a few, maybe just share some of the contacts. Maybe we've been talking about drugs. Maybe somebody saying, you know what, I want to stop, and you said you've got platforms. So just maybe just sharing and on how else they can also get to reach out to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. I think for today, what we're going to do is we do have lots of content that we're going to post on our Facebook page. Once again, it's Izwa, keeping you in the know. Go to that Facebook page and we'll be posting those contacts. Drug-free Zimbabwe is one platform that you can also be part of. But I'm going to leave my contact so that we can then forward you to people who can give you help. That will be 0772 751 573.
Yeah. You could just repeat it just one more time.
0772 751 573. So you can send me a message throughout the day, and then we'll forward these contacts. But it might be a bit busy. We'll be on the road, so but we want to make sure by the end of the day or tomorrow morning we'd have responded to everyone. Tiri kana paine mubereki kana paine mwana ari kuti inini zvemadrugs handisikuda ndakuda kusiya, tinokwanisa kukuendesa kune vanhu vanokwanisa kukubatsirai. Tiri kuti zvakare iwe uri kuti I'm struggling, my friends are trying to push me into drugs, maybe tinokwanisa kungokupawo shoko rekuti rinoita kuti uregedze. Tiri kuti kune mubereki ari kutambura kuti mwana wangu ini ndikunyara ndikutomuvharira, tinokwanisa kungokurukura tokubatsiraiwo kuti aiwa haawandiswe anokwanisa kubatsirwa.
No, thank you so much. So there's somebody out there, we're talking about World Radio Day, and there's somebody who wants to embark on the journey or taking the career as, there's a lot of things going on in radio.
Sure.
So what kind of advice can you give to somebody who says, I think I might be, mad for radio?
Yeah. And I think the first thing that I have to say about if anyone wants to get on radio is be a person who's willing to share. Whether it's music, whether it's information, whether it's education, you have to be somebody who's willing to share.
Okay.
You have to be a good communicator, because that's what radio is about. You have to be somebody who is a good communicator, and communication is two-way. You listen and then you speak. So if you don't have those, then maybe think again. But most importantly, you have to have a passion for radio.
Absolutely.
You have to have a passion for radio.
Thank you so much. So I've got a message here. Says, morning, Miss J. How are you? Boss Lee K. A man on a mission. And this one says, my mentor. God bless you, Mrs. However, Greenside Extension.
Fantastic, my whole.
So yeah.
Yeah, these are the people who we owe a lot to for making Diamond FM what it is. We salute them.
They are like the pillars of the radio station.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't know how happy, you don't know how happy I am to have you here. And thank you so much for just taking your time. I know it's early, but you know, you dedicated yourself to be here with us right here on Diamond FM. Thank you so much. And I wish you a safe journey.
Thank you.
As you go around and, you know, preaching the gospel of, you know, stopping drugs.
Thank you so much, Vijay. Thank you so much. I see the team here working hard early in the morning as well. I see Joe. I see my good man here making sure I'm going to my gadgets. And this is what radio has become, eh?
Yes,
That's my gadgets.
That's my gadgets.
But we're absolutely excited about that. Thank you so much to Diamond FM for allowing me to be here. Thank you to Zim Papers Radio and all the other radio stations. Please follow the action. We'll be posting on Is What the Facebook page. Go to those radio stations, Nyangani, Star FM, Harare Poli, we have Ya FM, Skies Metro. But otherwise, thank you so much for having us.
Definitely, we'll be doing that. Thank you so much. So yeah, we've been talking to Lee K, Mr. Leander Kandiero.